Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. Sorry, my delicious babies. I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delish. And that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world, and that you got super duper delicious weather. Okay, and thank you to who it is who so very calmly sends myself a like, and who views my video. Okay, so not in that way, not in that way. How I love you so. Okay, and lots of love and blessings to anybody if you do manage to watch my videos, my delicious babies. That doesn't mean no. Now then, so I'm on the third day. My delicious babies. This is the third day now. The third day. Okay. And so what is it? So YouTube now. So they put me back on a pause. Okay, so that I cannot reduce little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yeah, they're still shining bright. My delicious little baby's still shining bright. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm only allowed to send a couple of comments, just to say thank you, to whoever it is. That's all I ever do. You know what I mean? It's very rare that I may add something in a comment. It's very rare indeed, but obviously there's some who need to keep a handle on it, don't they? But the thing is, my delicious babies, is this is that, at the end of the day, there must be something, mustn't there? Because I'm certainly not wanting myself to send comments. So what it is, I have to choose. This is how ridiculous this is, my delicious babies. I have to choose out of the uploaders who I send a thank you to, who I say thank you to. How pathetic is this, my delicious babies? But this is where we're at, isn't it? This is where we're at. You know what I mean? Okay. For myself, well, just let them carry on. Because obviously I seem to be, there we are, pushing some sort of buttons, don't I, my delicious babies? Yes. So yeah, it appears that not TikTok, YouTube, mind you, may as well, but if you've been saying Martin delicious babies for censoring ones. You know what I mean? Martin delicious babies, especially when they don't like what ones are going to say, just going over the dots. Okay, so this is what we're going through. Okay, so the early hours this morning, let's change subject. So if one's, which I'm sure one's, will notice, there we are, one way or another, that I'm not sending comments. That's the reason why. So I can only say sorry, but I am allowed to click on the like. See how it works too. Where's my delicious babies? Yes. So ones know what the crack is. Anyway, so early hours this morning, something made myself go out into the back garden, and I had a little conversation in my old dog and burn on the old camera, my delicious babies, and I said what I had to say. Now, whether ones agree with myself or not, I've spared a thought for this quite a long time now, and I'm going to be honest. I actually, I'm only talking about Melania Trump. I'm not talking about anything else to do with this, what I'm going to say. And there we are. I actually feel sorry for the woman. There we are. And one to say, well, why is she like that? And I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm like that. Sorry, okay? Because if you look at it, she clearly met, Trouble Trump when she was young, didn't she? Okay, so we've got to get this straight now. Okay? And we've got to get real about this. Now, obviously, she's, been in the family. We are family. She's been in the family, it seems, forever. Okay? But I do not always feel that everything is hunky-dory tickety-boo between herself and her husband. And I just feel that, there we are, she should be, there we are, treated better. There we are. That is my view. My delicious babies, okay? Because when you go out with somebody who is a lot older, okay, especially if you're younger, they can sort of, let's just say, influence you, or do you understand what I mean? Because they are older than who they're going out with. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like that song that I sang the one time on one of my videos. I got that song, I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age. It's an old-fashioned reggae song, Martin Babes Kai. But the fact is, it's very true. Now, whatever's going on with a husband at this moment in time, okay, and has been for quite a while, okay, I do not feel that Melania, sorry, yeah, stumbled there, rightfully so, that she deserves, there we are, to get a flack as well. I just simply, simple things, do not believe it. Now, yesterday, I had a visit, not in that way, not in that way. I had a visit. It's just really strange what somebody said to myself. It sort of felt as if the message, there we are, was coming from somewhere else. You know what I mean, Mads? It's just about it. So if one seemed to think now then that when I put a video out that I'm talking complete nonsense, well, the best advice I can give is I feel sorry for you because I knew exactly what I was saying in my camera. It may seem like it doesn't make sense, there we are, but it makes perfect sense. I was going along with what was, there we are, with what was given to myself. Okay, you may find it hard to believe. Well, anyway, anybody who watches me regularly will already know how this, there we are, rocks and rolls. Okay, and then as we very well know, sometimes, we think that, I suppose our thoughts are our own when sometimes they're not, are they? You know what I mean? Sometimes something else, there we are, takes over. Okay, Mads Lichtlich babies. But anyway, that's all that I have to say there. Now then, Mads Lichtlich babies. So let me just show you something. This is a tiny bottle of water, Mads Lichtlich babies. It's really, really tiny. Look, it says Avent. Avent. It reminds myself of, like when my little daughters, bless them, when they were little, but it said Avent. It's like you can get what's called a bottle warmer. So, well, anyway, anybody who's had little babies will already know this. I'm not saying this to any dear ladies, dear women who've had very sadly any complications or anything. I do not mean it that way. I never ever would do that, okay? But for most, they will know that you can get a bottle warmer, okay? So, if you have made up bottles and then, because it's just a little bit easier, and then you can warm them up, you plug this in, plug it in, then you warm the bottle up, to feed little baby. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Well, it reminded me of that. So what is it? Do they feel it with the shoe people? The little shoe people. Do you ever remember that, Martin Little Babies? It used to be called the little shoe people. You know what I mean? Martin Little Babies, yes. I think that this is designed for little shoe people. Because if you notice, the bottles of water, there we are, getting smaller and smaller. So what to whom it may concern, what they're trying to say now then, that you and I out here and in the world, Martin Little Babies, that we're just small. So we only deserve a tiny bottle of water. Is that what they're saying now? I don't think so. Because none of us are small. We're all, and I'm not saying this to incite anything, because I wouldn't do that. We are not small. In fact, we are extremely powerful. We are, and they know this. Okay, Martin, little babies, and this is why we're seeing, there we are, what we're seeing. Okay, and this is why we're hearing what we're hearing. Okay, Martin, little babies, now then. My video will probably take another flipping 10 hours to flipping upload. Because this is what they do, Martin, little babies. I think there's only been one video in the whole of a week that was uploaded within 1 hour. Other than that, Martin, little babies, you're talking whatever o'clock. Do you know what I mean? So basically, it's just taking hours upon hours, okay? So it's very clear to myself that YouTube doesn't seem to like my videos very much. It was only not so long ago, Martin Little Babies, they actually sent me, another message to, threaten my channel entirely, to wipe me off completely. Why would YouTube want to do that, Martin Little Babies? Why would YouTube want to do that? I wonder. You see what I mean? You see, this is what I'm saying. They class us like we're tiny little shoe people. people sheeple, you know. Well, if we're such little shoe people, then why would they want to go to those lengths to threaten our channel? I mean, come on, let's face it. I have 530 subscribers. Bless each and every one of them. Okay. But this site rocks and rolls. And just to let everybody know as well, that's it. That's just came into my noddle. I just want to mention this as well, my delicious babies. Sometimes, if you look at how many subscribers that you have, add the numbers up. So in my case, 530, you drop the zero, would come to 8, wouldn't it? Okay? There's a reason why I say what I say. Okay, my delicious babies, like there's somebody else who I listen to. Oh, he's so beautiful. He's beautiful and delish. You know what I mean? What a gorgeous specimen of a gentleman. When he was born, the broke the mould. He's just gorgeous. Our lovely Alex Christopher on YouTube, my delicious babies. So anyway, he's oh, it's my neighbours, bless. They're so beautiful, our beautiful little neighbours. I'm so blessed, Anyway, and let it continue, Anyway, well, he's got 256,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, so at the end of the day, if you want to listen to, the latest, what's going on geopolitically, please, if you would so very kindly hop over to his channel. If you'd like to subscribe to his channel, click on the like or do a heart, because you're only allowed 3 a week. So I have to space mine out, okay, so that each one who I listen to, that I can give them some points. Points make prices. What's the crack with this heart business, this hype business? See how it works 2 ways. I repeat again. Okay. So what is it now? So his numbers come to 256. Okay. So 5 and 6 is 11, isn't it? Add 2 is 13. Do you follow what I'm saying? Okay. So let's look at our lovely, and with anybody not in that way, apart from my beautiful little Alex Christopher. Okay. Like our lovely trending on iconic. I think they're up to, what is it now? 15,000 comes 6. You've got to see how this works. There we are, my delicious little babies, okay? 8, hang on. Yeah. If you look at our dear not in that way, our dear Mag, Bit of Truth, Next Level, all spaces, and trending on iconic spaces on YouTube. They're all on YouTube. Well, Mags comes to, what is it, 15.8. So, 8, 10, 12, 14, yeah, comes to 5. Okay, my delicious baby. So you've got to see, there we are. And I've been clocking it. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, I want to tell you about something else very quickly. So sometimes it's not just about if your numbers are not going up. There we are. There seems to be a reason. There we are behind this. Okay, so I'm just pointing this out, my delicious babies. Anyway. So right. So the thing is, it sounds mad, but I can well assure you now, my delicious babies, I'm nothing of the sort. My model is fully intact. You know what I mean? My delicious babies. Of course, for some mothers do have them, bless them, because we have to say bless them. Okay. Very sadly, some of their noddles are not intact in the world, are they, my delicious babies? And it's just so sad. So, anyway, what is it that I want to say? Right, I forgot to write him down. Gloomy space Sunday space traveller, capital G, capital S, capital T. Okay, my delicious babies, what is he up to now? 18,000. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, I was showing somebody yesterday evening, not in that way. I was showing somebody yesterday evening different channels to go on, okay, because they would never have heard of them, okay, until I pointed it out, okay, and they said they will listen, so bless them, bless their dear little souls for that, okay. Anyway, and so what was good? Oh yes, getting back to Gloomy Sunday Traveller. Well, you see the latest what's going on in our Brummyland in Birmingham again, my delicious babies. I mean, come on. I only watched just a tiny little clip, only because I clicked on it, and then I typed it in, for who it was I typed it in for, bless them. Not in that way, not in that way. And I've seen just the start of it. So for those of you mad little babies, if you would have remembered, I advertised your man here now, not in that way, not in that way, quite a while back. Is it 5 or 6 months ago? He had something like 3,000 something subscribers. Well, he's now up to 18,000. So, I'm really pleased when I advertise ones. Do you know what I mean? Well, of course, that comes to non-completion. Because bless him, not in that way, not in that way. He was taken off the street, there we are, and given an opportunity. And for that, I already said thank you in my camera for that. So thank you to whom it may concern. Okay. However, we want ones not to be, let's just say, like when you've got somebody who has a lot of potential in them, okay, to do great things. They've got a noddle. Do you know what I mean? Mad little babies, yes. I certainly would not like to see that ruined. Okay. So sometimes when you get an opportunity, use it. There we are. My best advice. There we are. The best way that one can. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, my little babies now then. So if you take a look there, our latest in Birmingham now, it never ever used to be that way. Never used to be that way at all, my little babies. This is just crazy, man. You know what I mean? There's no need for any of it. But anyway, I must watch the rest of that video. But I particularly do not like to, you know, watching, where one's knocking 7 barrels out of somebody else. No, I do not like to see anything like that. It's not my kind of thing now. I don't know what it's over because I haven't watched the video through. So, I'd have to take a look. Now then, Martin, baby's first one. This upload all on YouTube happens to have 2.07 thousand subscribers. My delicious little babies can. The uploader, capital H, hidden, space, capital S, science. It's all in the science. Where did we hear that, my delicious little babies? Yeah, what's that thing called? This virus, whatever it's called. I spoke to somebody this morning just before I proceeded what I'm saying, my delicious little babies, and I explained. They said, another virus. I said, yes. They were sat there eating some, chicken pieces. I said, yes. I said, whatever you do, I said, and tell anybody who you can, I said, not to believe this shit. And they said, oh, I don't believe it anyway. Do you understand what I mean? So then I spoke to somebody else. They never believed it either, okay? So, so at the end of the day, they never believed in the COVID. They never believed in that either, man, to little babies. So there are more of us. There we are. We are like, there we are, liquid gold. You know what I mean? Mad delicious little babies, liquid gold. Okay, mad delicious little babies. That's why they're trying to get us jacked. You know what I mean? Mad delicious little babies, because they want us all the same. You see, if we're all the same, it's like you're in the army now, where they're all dressed the same. It's only like the sergeant or whatever who can dress slightly different. It's like that mad little babies, you know what I mean? Yes. So yeah, the word's getting out. You know what I mean? Fandaby dozy, fandaby dozy, fandaby dozy. Yeah, that's all right. You know what I mean? Yes. So, let's see what YouTube does with this video. Let's see, won't we, YouTube? Okay. I'm entitled to my view. I'm a woman with a view. I shall have my effing view. Do you know what I mean? And I do not believe that anybody should be shadow banned because they have their own noddle, because they can spare a thought now for themselves. Because if you say think, it usually means no. Do you know what I mean? Mad babies. That's why I spare a thought for myself. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of others, there we are, who also spare a thought the same way that I do. Do you know what I mean, mad babies? And that's the ones they're trying to get jibby-jabbed. And this is nothing against anybody, very sadly, who had taken something. My heart goes out to all of them, apart from the effers who pushed it. And that includes different platforms. That includes the poxy box in the corner of the room. That includes all of them. I have no mercy. I do not feel one bit sorry. And if they do have health issues, they get what their duck given. Okay? Old-fashioned Jamaican saying, they get what their duck given. because they had no skin on the boat race when they were telling everybody, bless the dear little souls, not in that way, not in that way, to go and get duper jabbed. Okay, so I will fearlessly swear that we are till the end of time, for decades to come. Do you know what I mean? I will always fearlessly swear, because I'm not like others, oh, we just got to forgive. I do not forgive nothing. Never, ever forget and never, ever forgive. That is my motto. Okay, my delicious babies, I'm not shouting at yourselves, okay? And I hope that whoever very sadly has taken, bless them, you know, like I said, apart from those, I really hope that they can get a cure. There are super duper quickly. Now then, this is hidden science. Very quickly now, I've got to speed through. The video should read, it's nearly 15 minutes long, that's not coding. The terrifying truth behind deja vu. Okay, ma, delicious little babies in brackets, you are not crazy. Okay, ma, delicious little babies, I'm just going to repeat that again. Remember that song? What was it? Fine Young Cannibals. She drives me crazy, ooh, ooh, like no one else. Ooh, ooh. Do you remember it? She drives me crazy, but I can't help myself. You know that one, Fine Young Cannibals, mind you, in parts of the world. They're proper cannibals, aren't they, my little babies? Yes. Getting back to this video now. Yeah, the terrifying truth behind deja vu. Yeah. Now, I've had deja vu many times. You know, like where you feel like you've been somewhere before, or you feel like you've spoken to someone, before. It's like that. It's like you can go to a place and you can feel like like you've been there before, like you've stepped on that ground before. It's really hard to explain, but anybody who's had a lot of deja vu, which I have, you will get what I'm saying. A very interesting little, there we are, video to take a listen to, my delicious babies. It's up to yourselves. Some believe in it, some do not. All I'm doing is giving food for thought, because as everybody knows, I talk about different topics and different subjects. Okay, my delicious babies, next one. So this one here doesn't mean no, just got hair in my mouth. The next one, this one has 11.9 thousand subscribers. This one is called capital L Lawn Care. So it's two words together, Lawn Care, space, capital L Larry. Okay, so that's the uploader, Lawn Care Larry. And the video should read, and again, I think this is about nearly 15 minutes long as well, Martin, you should look about can. The first video I was talking about, Sunday, Gloomy Sunday Traveller, I should imagine that'll probably be about an hour, Martin, you should look babies. Cannot remember offhand now, because like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I only just seen just a clip of the start, okay? Now, this is anybody, because as we all know what's going on in the present time to do with Iran and, Lebanon, bless them, and, and with everything that's going on, these wars and everything, there seems to be, ones want to not only put the price of everything up to skyrocket. Mind you, they try to put rockets up and then they come back down again, don't they, my delicious babies? Just like that. But the point is, why am I mentioning this channel? Okay, my delicious babies, this will be a one-off, just the same as the other one will be a one-off. Sometimes I do this, okay, my delicious babies, and other times I always advertise, my little lovelies, not in that way, apart from one. I advertise, everybody else regularly. And of course, once again, I do this as a hobby, okay? And I enjoy my little hobby, okay? YouTube may not enjoy my little hobby, there we are, or to whom it may concern, but I enjoy my hobby. So, what is it? It's about myself. It's what I enjoy doing, not what these enjoy doing. Okay, my delicious babies now then. So this video is to do with fertilizer. Okay, so I shall read it out to you. The forbidden homemade fertiliser that makes grass explode. Wow, with growth. Okay, my little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you. The forbidden homemade fertiliser that makes grass explode. Wow. That was just me adding that bit in with growth. Okay, my little babies. So, what your man's explaining anyway is basically when you buy synthetic, it doesn't quite work out right. Okay, my little babies. So, he has got a far better idea. So, if anybody happens to have lawns or something like this now, then, you know, if you'd like to please and thank you, take a look. But these will be one-offs that I'm advertising. Okay, I'm pretty sure that ones will learn some because this is what we're going to do now. Little babies, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're stopping everything. So, you know, but what my question is, what did they use as fertiliser before? I mean, I do know for a sure fact that they used for decades, you know, like horse manure and things like this now then, okay? But so decades forward now, what ones are doing is they're buying other things, aren't they, my little babies? Which, of course, you know, that includes farms and whatever else, unless it's so-called organic, okay? But the fact of the matter is, my little babies, is that, you know, we've really got to get a hold of this now. Okay, my little babies, we've got to start going back to basics. There we are, back to basics, my little babies, you know what I mean? And we can do this. There we are. Each and every one of us can do this. We do not need these now then, holding us to ransom. Because that's what they're doing. They're putting up the fuel, isn't it? I mean, I listened on another channel. Which one was it now? Oh, that's it. Fakeologist 3. Because I do advertise them, my little babies, not in that way, not in that way. And then one of Tim's friends, because I heard him talking on one of the videos, one of his friends paid, what was it? 1,600 squids, ka-ching, ching, 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 to go to India, but to come back, 2,700, my little babies, what the effing hell is all that about? There we are, simple thing, I'm just asking a question. But this is what they're doing. And then this is why they're bringing this damn flipping poxy flipping fake virus, the latest one. Okay, my little babies, they're just doing the second time around. That's what they're doing. So we've got to get up on our game, my little babies, you know what I mean? So when they're holding us to ransom, we have to find other ways. Simple things. Okay, my little babies. Now then, 2 more that I'm going to give you, and then I'm going to be over and out. Oh, sorry. And I hope that we're feeling the love. We continue to feel the love. Now then, I'll put the flipping light on. Haven't I, my little babies? It keeps going off. I think my batteries are coming loose. Got to remember the batteries now. Remember the batteries. These are Kodak. These Duracell. But you have got one active energy in it. Okay, my little babies now then. Yeah, I'm full of energy, my little babies. I fly here, there, and everywhere. Not in that way, not in that way, my little babies. I was told that this morning, actually. Said, you know, you've got real, you know, good energy. I said, thank you. I said, I've always got good energy, you know what I mean, my little babies? Because that's the way we've got to be now. I know that one's seeing me a bit peed off every now and again, but, you know, that's where life goes. I cannot have a permanent, you know, smile, grin 24/7. You know what I mean? My little babies. Sometimes what goes on in the world does damn well flipping pee me off. Anyway, but you've always got to find something to laugh about. You know what I mean? My little babies. Now then, but we've got to be serious where we need to be. Okay. And we've got to be watching and we've got to be listening to everything now. Okay. What the Lord and the Snake's belly's up to. Okay, my little babies. Now then, next one. The last 2 songs. Salt and pepper. So you only have to go on to type it in, my little babies, capitals, salt, space, N for and then P, pepper, P-E-P-A, salt and pepper, okay? And it's pushy, do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. Ooh, baby, baby. baby, get up on this. Do, 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 do. Okay, Martelistic babies. Why am I mentioning this song? I haven't mentioned it forever because they're trying to push something out onto us, Martelistic babies in the world. I'm saying, push it. Do 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 do. You see what I mean? So you got to mix everything in to how you want it. You know what I'm saying, Martin? Babies, yes. Now then, that's 16 years ago on a YouTube, Martin Babies. Now then, the final one, and this is 412,000 subscribers, and this is a song that I had in my noddle when I got up this morning. And I haven't mentioned this forever, so something. Anyway, again, look at that, 16 years ago, Martin Babes on YouTube. And it's called Falco, capital Falco, Falco, okay? Mind you, there's something else, isn't there, which rhymes with that? Is it Velcro? You know that Velcro? They bought that Velcro in, didn't they? You know, so instead of learning to tie one's shoelaces or boot laces or pump laces, they brought in the Velcro, didn't they, my delicious babies? So you just have to pull it and then slide it across, you know, so that you do not have to spare a thought of how to tie your shoelaces. Do you follow what I'm saying, my delicious babies? Yes. Anyway, and then this song, again on YouTube, my delicious babies, is called Falco, Rock Me Amadeus. Baby, baby, do will you rock me? Baby, baby, do will you rock me? Yeah, you know, Amadeus, Amadeus. You know that song, my delicious babies. And this particular one seems to be Men in Frocks, it seems, you know, back in time. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Sure, wasn't it, my delicious babies? Yes. Anyway, my delicious babies, what year was these songs, my delicious babies? And of course, you know, other songs that I've sang today. Anyway, you know, my video may upload, then again it may not. You know, I may have, you know, pissed YouTube off severely, that they really get pissed off with me. I don't know. Then again, they might just let me just go for a little bit longer. Okay, but we've got to remember that you and I are all little angels. Okay, my delicious babies, because we are. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to ruin us. Well, they're not going to. Okay, my delicious babies, because we're too good for that. Okay, my delicious babies, what we've got to do. We got to be band together. Okay? And not in an insightful way, but we will rise. We will rise to the occasion. Not in that way, my delicious babies. Tut. You know, no naughty business now. Okay, my delicious babies. So wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves, your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected. And how I love you so. You're wonderful, beautiful, delish, and I love you. Okay? The sun is shining, weather is sweet. Yeah, I got me flipping shorts on, having a martinish babies. You know the reason why? Because my legs are looking like a bottle of pasteurised milk. Got to watch the milk as well, haven't we, martinish babies? Yes. Take a look on YouTube, you know, organic milk. No, I shall say no more. Okay, martinish babies, you'll be really amazed at the brands, you know, which ones are actually rather useless. Okay, my delicious babies, and it's not our pure, beautiful. Sorry, I didn't need somebody. Well, I did actually. Beautiful, dear little cows. They're so beautiful in their beautiful big saucer eyes. Okay, it's not our beautiful, dear little cows' fault. You know, it's other things going on. You know what I mean, my delicious babies. Yes. Anyway, so until my next video, I love you so. Thank you once again for listening. Take care. Love ya. Goodbye.